In this short demo, I'm going to show you how to paint loose watercolours, paint wet into wet, and more importantly, how to connect up all the shapes and have a sense of wholeness. And stick around because I'll show you how I use a sponge to create that misty effect. So I started on dry paper and now I'm wetting the paper, and I've just used all my colours mixed together to create a sort of neutral colour, and I've steered it towards a warm brown. And I'm using blue and brown, which together will create a bit of a neutral, so we're going to get nice colour harmony. So I started on dry paper and then I made it wet. So by painting onto the wet paper now, we're going to get soft edges. So this scene relies on the softness in the background to create that misty effect. It's now dried, so you need dry paper to get these sharp edges. So I'm painting the distant building. So I've just gone a little bit darker in tonal value, and this is exactly what I did yesterday on a members workshop, painting this scene here. And you'll find once you've learnt this technique, there's nothing you can't paint if you just want to paint atmosphere with watercolour like this. So importantly, I'm keeping that bead going because this is what this demo is really about, is connection. I need to connect the sky, the distant building, the trees, the boat, the water, the shadow of the boat, and the foreground. So it all has to have connection, otherwise it just looks like a boat stuck onto a scene. So this is where the bead comes in, because we're going to use that to channel it around all the shapes of the boat, the figure there. I'm using my Skoda mop brush there, that's an Ultima, and just pressing down on it. Great for these tree shapes. Make sure I leave a few sky holes because we want that light to come through. And then I can bring that down, but again, still got that bead going. It's important that that house on the left there has been connected to that tree in the foreground, but I've just gone slightly darker in tonal value. And now I'm just using water, and I'm letting that bead run down into it, which is now going to connect that top part of the painting to the lower part of the painting. And down here we're on dry paper, and as I hit up into that damp paper there, we get connection again. So it's all going to have connection, so important. And we've already got a little bit of a misty effect going on there because I used just water there, so it thinned the paint down there. I'm actually going to lift out with a brush, give that a try. And that kind of worked okay, but I thought the sponge was better. And if you use your sponge, just make sure you rinse it off regularly because it soon gets muddied up. So, but that will soon fill back in. I dropped a load of water on there at that point. But while the paper is damp like this, you can work on it and not have a problem. Is when it starts to dry out. So back onto dry paper, and again, because we're on dry paper, we can get hard edges. So I can now put the detail of the boat in, but I'm going to paint the boat exactly the same as I painted everything else, using wet into wet. Nothing too perfect. We want it loose. Again, darker shape going into there and just letting it melt together. We want a sense of wholeness. Let watercolour do its own thing. But you need to control the edges, so you need to know where the paper's damp and where it's dry, which I talk about on my workshops and go into depth there. So here I'm now connecting the boat to the actual canal, the water, and we're going to use the shadow of the boat there, using a bit of water just to soften the edges. So we've got a hard, sharp edge on the side of the boat, which your eye is drawn to there, because we've also got contrast of light and dark. And then just a few little bits of detail, and you'll be surprised how little detail you actually need. And this was quite nice, just lifting out just before the paint's just dried, so it's just damp, using a chiseled edge of the brush there, just lifting out some very subtle detail. That's the key, subtle detail. Less is more with watercolor. I can't tell you that strongly enough. And when you look at it from a distance, those little things look great. I can even lift out a little bit of light there. I will probably use a bit of gouache if I remember rightly, so I painted this a while ago. Figure, again, just a silhouette, keep it simple. And then the foreground grass, the bank there, just use the brush just to flick up some blades of grass. It's not make or break part of the painting, it just needs to be a darker shape just to push everything back. And I felt it was a little bit too dark, so I've just dried it with a tissue there and just taken a bit of paint off. A little bit of gouache for a bit of sparkle, and that's it. And that's as simple as it needs to be with watercolour, or as difficult as it needs to be. So give it a go, keep watching, hit the like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you want some more full in-depth tutorials, join me on my website. And if you enjoyed that video, you'll probably love this one as well.